Subject, preceding message with the word Leeds, it's 81333, just your normal sending charges. Dog walkers in West Yorkshire need to clear up after their pets just as much in the countryside as they do in town. And we know what we're talking about, pooper scooping, etc. That's the plea from local farmers and the National Farmers Union. The last month, apparently, there's been an increase in the number of unborn calves dying because of a parasite carried by dogs. Now the National Farmers Union is urging dog walkers to take more care. Ed Pryor has been speaking to some of the affected farmers.
It's obviously very upsetting. Farmers love their animals. There's no two ways about it. That's why we're in the business. And when you see a cow that's outwardly perfectly all right, but then suddenly aborts a calf, you know there's something seriously wrong.
Dog walkers in West Yorkshire are being urged to clear up after their pets when walking in the countryside. The last month has seen a huge increase in the number of unborn calves being lost as a result of a parasite carried by dogs.
My name is Frank Chislett. We have got a suckler herd ranging from 25 cows to 50 cows, and we also rear on quite a number of store cattle in the winter. It's a devastating impact, actually, because it basically signs the cow's death warrant. Because what happens is the cow is quite likely to abort the calf, but that's not the end of the story. Once the cow has been infected with this disease, and the only way to get rid of the antibodies is to kill the cow, because the antibodies actually infect any newborn calf.
John Haig has about 150 dairy cows in Calderdale and has been one of the worst affected.
It's about the last 3 weeks now, it started bringing the cows in for morning milking and finding fetuses and dead calves in the field. There were 11 within 17 days to start with, and since there's been about 1 a week. We had them blood tested, some of the cows, and they come back positive for a bug called Neosporosis, which is caused by dog poo and dogs doing in the field and not cleaning up.
The parasite has no impact on the milk they produce, but as well as the emotional toll it's having on farmers and walkers, there are serious financial implications for the affected farms. Now the National Farmers Union is getting involved. Richard Potts is the Regional Policy Advisor.
Neosporosis, it's a disease that affects cattle, and the problem that's been occurring is that the parasite can live within the dog. You don't realise it's got the parasite, it doesn't always show up, and then this can then pass through the dog, and then when you're out walking a dog, contaminate the grassland, which can then contaminate the feed that the cattle eat. It can then cause abortion of calves or defects to newly born calves as well.
What do the public need to know about this?
Well, what we're asking the public to do is to pick up any dog muck that the dog leaves within fields. Do walk your dogs, do enjoy the countryside, but we're just asking you to tidy up after your dogs as farmers are losing calves.
Back on the Haigs family farm in Calderdale, there's a simple message.
We want to make people aware, really, what the disease can actually do to the cows, because most of them won't be aware that the dog's actually carrying it. If they could just see one of these tiny calves, it might make them think and pick up after the dogs. We don't want to stop dog walkers on the land, but obviously if they did see the effects that it had on the animals, then they'd think twice.
A report from Ed Pryor. It's 26 minutes past 8 o'clock. Just looking at the news.